for murder in 2005. He's done 20 in Kaduna prison. Now, you see something about murder, which is not like general, sure you get. So they will say before you are considered for a parole in a murder case, you must at least do 20 years. Sometimes they'll say 30. And that one is not to free you, it's just to possibly take you out of the death row. Say, okay, yeah, they've commute your sentence now to uh, life imprisonment, right? And from there, maybe, just maybe, you can get a parole. Or you must have done at least half of what took you inside there. But not, I don't know what criteria these guys use, right? But the list is very long. Jumping them now, right? So you have those ones who are Indian tramadol, Northern Nigeria. They hear the names, Abi? The pandemic of drug abuse, drug addiction in northern part of Nigeria is massive, especially among the young people. It's like a pandemic that, in fact, it is not like it is a pandemic, serious drug abuse. And when you look at those who work to take all these drug dealers off the streets, okay, and it is not like, okay, they've served their sentences, now they are coming out, because it's meant to be like, your prison is supposed to be rehabilitation centers as well, rehabilitation, okay? So, and once they come out, they're like, you know what? Well, once a drug dealer, you're a drug dealer, so there's no biggie. But tramadol and other funny agents that they, sell in that northern part of Nigeria, right? It seems that the dealers who have been off the street for the past 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, they've got the license to go back right now. With the state of Nigeria right now, your imagination is as good as mine. Now, you see, let's continue with the list. Right. So you have Emmanuel Yusuf. He was in possession of 2 kilograms of tramadol. So he's already, was sentenced to 4 years in 2022. So he's done 3. Edwin Unazo, a 60-year-old man, was sentenced in 2018 to 15 years for cannabis. He's done 6 years and 9 months in Zamfara prison. Hinedu Stanley, 34-year-old, sentenced in 2023 to 3 years for fake lubricant oil. So somebody got sent to jail for selling fake lubricant oil. So he's been freed now. So Joseph Nwanoka is 42. He was sentenced in 2022 to 5 years for drugs. Johnny Mtheru, 63. He was sentenced in 1989. Wow. To life imprisonment for robbery. Had spent 36 years in Umuahia prison. So that too. Age and time, it's done his time. So you have John Omotiye, 28, sentenced to 6 years for pipeline vandalism. So he's already done pipeline vandalism, right? So you have Unsika, Edet Ari, he's 37. It's legal possession of Indian hemp. Another one, Jonathan Azuko, Indian hemp. Prince Samuel Peters, 54. 7 years for obtaining money by false pretense. He's done 4 years, 3 months in Ikotekpene. So he's been freed. Babangida Saliu, age 35, sentenced in 2024 to 3 years for unlawful mining. These are the miners now. See the list of the miners. That's a very long one. So they were all caught in 2024, right? Look at their ages. So you have Babangida Saliu, 35, Adamu Sani, 39, Abdul Karim Salisu, 30, Abdulaziz Lawa, 18, Abdurrahman Babangida, 20, Marazu Alidu, 22, Zahraddin Baliwe, 38, Babangida Usman, 30, Zayanu Abdullahi, 28, Bashir Garba, 20, Imam Suleiman, 25, Abi Amisu, 28, Lawani Lurwano, 20, Yusuf Alazan, 33, Abdullahi Isa, 25, Zayanu Bello, 35, Habib Suleiman, 22, Jubril Sahabi, 23, Shefi Umar, 28, Seidu Abubakar, 29, Haruna Abubakar 24, Rabiu Seidu 26, Machakuru 26, Zaradin Aminu 25, Nazipi Musa 25, Abdullahi Musa 30, Abibu Safiu 20, Hussein Sani 21, Musa Lawali 25, Suleiman Lawal 23, Yusuf Ilyasu 21, Sabiu Aliyu 20, Aliru Sani 18, Hitu Aliyu 30, Sanusi Aminu 27, Isiaka Adamu 40, Maman Ibrahim 50, Shaibu Abdullahi 25, Sanusi Adamu 28, Sadi Musa 20, Haruna Isa 35. Right? You see all of this. They are illegal miners convicted just last year. Oh, hang on. I need to get that rolling, right? So let's see again. From here, these are illegal miners. Illegal miners that were convicted last year for 3 years. Now, they haven't served their jail term, but with Kolu, they don't have to. So right now, in fact, with Kolu's pronouncement, these guys were never convicted for illegal mining. Do you understand what that means by presidential pardon? Yeah, they are going to wipe that criminal record off you. So it's not there. It might be there, but it's no longer effective like anything anybody can use on you anywhere you go to. So I don't know if they even have all their fingerprints and all of that. They will need to clean out as well if they probably that sophisticated, right? But that is the reality. So you have the illegal miners, which is also one of the reasons why the insecurity in Nigeria will never really end. Because those who are funding the insecurity, they have been also linked to some of these rare earth resources. Some of you don't even know exist in your community right now. You don't even know if some people somewhere are looking at a map right now about something that is right there under your land in your village right now. You don't know. And right now they are there, they are planning on how to destabilize the area and take over the land and begin to illegally mine those stuff. So what do you think this means? For people to even be able to put together all of this list of criminals and get them convicted, and they could serve out their time and make sure that they never go back into this illegal mining. But with the presidential pardon, everybody just have to go back to what took them to prison in the first place. So why? That's the question many people are asking. That's not all. There is more. So then you go to the list of inmates who have been recommended for reduced term of imprisonment. Those ones that you can, instead of life imprisonment, we'll reduce it to so years. Instead of 10 years, if you have already done this, we'll reduce it to another days. If it is death sentence, we'll reduce it. You know what I mean? Like the list of that one is also kind of like extensive. You get that now? It's a bit extensive, right? Those ones whose death sentence were also reduced to what do you call it? Life imprisonment. You have those ones here. I don't want to go through all of the list because most of them you don't even know them, but maybe I should, at least so that you get to know why or what are the offenses. But you see, these ones are just those who are not immediately out. Okay. For example, right, you have this lady who killed her husband, right? Initially, she lied that it was in self-defense. Remember Miriam Sander? Here's a picture. She's the one at that bottom left. All right. Yeah, bottom left. So she got married to this quiet young man who most of his friends said is one of the most quietest and most nicest person anybody can have as a friend. And in fact, that he doubted her so much that even their friends couldn't believe when she was trying to make up the story that she killed him because he's been violent towards her. When there are no evidence of any form of a violence, what have you, stabbed him, I think, while he was sleeping. They said she tried to kill him 3 times before she finally found the easiest way, which is to stab him to death. But she's been released, even though the prison guys this evening said, no, she hasn't really been released. But yeah, she will be released, according to them. But you know this one on the right? Let me go and look for his name. That is the notorious kidnapper, right? Give me a circle. I'll give you his name now. So he's a notorious kidnapper, the guy that kidnapped Ozekwome. His name is Kelvin Prosper Aniara. You get me now? So he was one of the most dreaded, sort of like, So for example, right, his crime, that it was that of Ozekwome that finally took him to prison. How many of you remember when Ozekwome was kidnapped? Google it now. Yeah, use your other phone and Google Mike Ozekwome kidnapped. Mike Ozekwome freed after ransom paid. Google that, okay? Maybe everything I go to do for now, right? You see that guy responsible for that he went to prison for, was supposed to be serving life imprisonment, by the way, right? His name is Kelvin Prosper Aniara. Some of his famous crimes, right? They said those he kidnapped, by the way, famous ones that he kidnapped, not like the other ordinary people. He kidnapped a judge in those states, right? A top female official of Federal Inland FIRS official, female official, was kidnapped by this same guy. The deputy governor of Anambra State, former deputy governor of Anambra State, Chudi Nwike, Dr. Chudi Nwike, was also kidnapped and killed. He was killed because, they couldn't let him go even after ransom was paid. So he's also responsible for some of the kidnapping of NYSC members around the Edo, PH, and the eastern part of Nigeria at the time. So his operation areas were Delta, Edo, Rivers, and Anambra states. You get that now? So it was also said that the DSS at a point once declared him wanted. Not even at a point, it's like severally, before he was finally captured. When he was captured, he was put on trial. On trial, he was found guilty of all his crimes, including the people he killed. So he was sentenced to life imprisonment. Now, Tinubu don't release him. And the video that is currently making the round on social media is believed to be that of Kelvin arriving back in Delta. While we don't have the capture or the exact capture of him, his physical appearance or his physical presence, right? But this is how some of his kinsmen received the news. It's like the best, kind of one of the best news, I believe, for them, right? In Delta. So, in fact, give me a sec before we even get to that, right? There we go. 1 sec.
Yeah, when I see you. So let's go.
come back to Kolu. I say Kolu, they're arriving in Rome after that pronouncement. But we'll come back to that. So this Kelvin promise, I've been waiting the color in the Delta, the way the news is received. A notorious terrorist, put it that way. Anybody that kidnaps anyone or kill people after locking them up against their wills, kidnapping them, is a terrorist. Don't give it another name, right? But for his people, maybe he's a hero. Because waiting be this. So then you're like, wait, is that the same guy that Maiyegun just described now? Of course, the same guy. So those who walked in putting him away, from the lawyers, the witnesses, the judges, and everyone, especially most of them who are reading these lists, like you. Let me give you the list. Let me put it in the comment section for you, all right? So that at least you can have a copy of what I was reading. So those who put them away, some people said they should probably be on the run right now. They are victims who possibly had closure. They probably had closure before now, believing that whatever they've lost, they may never have any means of getting that back anymore, right? But those responsible for their losses, the justice has been served only for president to wake up and say they are free to go because I've got the power to do that. Say, what? How? What about the victims? Do you not have any plan for them? It is very similar to what Tinubu did. Bukwari did too. Bukwari cared so much about the terrorists. He arranged Operation Safe Corridor to free murderers, bloody terrorists, back into the society. No record of them, no nothing. Right? And that is kind of like a clean slate. They never appeared before any judge or any court, nothing. It's just the military says, okay, they swore by the Holy Quran that they will not do it again, and then boom, they are free to go. That never happened. All the killings, all the abduction, all the destruction, it never happened. So how did that end? How do you think this is going to end? And why is Nnamdi Kanu not on the list? It's not just him. There's a guy called Bala. I can't remember his full name, Banda. And there's another one, Mr. Johnson or so. The guy that fought back the Fulani terrorist that wanted to stab and kill him on his farm. And he managed to wrestle the weapon from this murderer, this terrorist. And then he stabbed him to death. And he's convicted for murder. His name is not there. There's a guy standing trial for blasphemy because they want to kill him for insulting Muhammad. He's not there. Nnamdi Kanu, who has been the longest illegally detained prisoner of conscience, is not part of it. I'm just saying. So a lot of people are kind of like saying, hey, this is where they release drug dealers, release human traffickers into the same inside that Nigeria. And you still think that country stand any chance? Is this safe